Hello everyone, we have a new patch in Final Fantasy XIV 6.2 and without further ado, let's hop on a story right away. I believe it's supposed to be in Rajasthan. So, where it is, there it is. Be right back, let me deal with the screeching door. Here's Warshan, our dragon boy, in search of Azdaja, whatever it is. Warshan has glad tidings to share. Well, glad tidings is always good. Oh, excellent timing, Decima. Just a moment ago I received word from the Ironworks. They have completed their task and are on their way with the reinforced warding scales. Similarly, our alchemists have also succeeded in creating an artificial Atomus. All is in readiness for our journey to the Void. I have instructed our comrades together at the great work. Let us head there at once. Warshan has everything ready for us. Are we gonna actually go to the Void in this patch? Wait, Great Work is not here. It's here. Here's the Stien and the Stola as well. To those creative voids said, Hunnish alchemists are as clever as they're bold. Our comrades are here, but the Ironworks people have yet to arrive. And something tells me they're not gonna arrive just like that. Something might have happened. There you are, Decima. I present to you the fruits of the alchemist's labor, the artificial Atomus. Though we have yet to put it to the proof, its ether is practically identical to that of the original, a truly remarkable feat in so short a time. Aye, our alchemists have outdone themselves yet again. Small wonder that they are the pride of Rajasthan. I would express my gratitude to Nidana, but it appears she isn't here. She rushed off after bringing the Atomus to attend to a pressing task, but said that she would return here. Here we set forth them those rare words, which should be shortly after our friends from the Ironworks arrive with the warding scales. Did someone say warding scales? Because it just so happens we have them. And here's Sid. Right on cue. It's good to see you all again. But for the president himself to attend, keen to bear witness to our little experiment, are you? You know I am. I was there at the Crystal Tower, lest you forget. I wouldn't miss this for the world. You don't mind if we come along and see you off, I hope? It's thanks to these three that we could finish the work so quickly. You know? It was my painstakingly collected data that made the reinforcement possible. The skills will last a good 10 years in the void with nary a hint of degradation. As the ones who did the actual reinforcing, we guarantee their quality as well. They will keep you safe. But enough bragging. Here are the scales. Long pause. With this we can search for my sister without fear of corruption. I know not how to repay you. Don't mention it. Midgardasmir came to our rescue in the rift. It's the least we can do to help his children. Thank you. Well, my friend, my only regret is that I won't be able to accompany you on this latest grand adventure. Wait. Nidana, is not the matter? Before you depart, Your Excellency, there is something we wish to present to you. Will you please come with me? You would not delay us without good cause. Very well. Forgive me, my friends, but I require a moment. He is certainly taking his time. What sort of grand present could take so long to receive? The kind that will help him in the void, I presume. In that godforsaken place, he will need all the help he can get. But you of all people ought to know that, huh?
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Vritra, I presume.
Indeed, this vessel now serves as a host for my eye. I was aware that the alchemists were busy preparing something, but this...
We couldn't well send you on such a perilous mission unprepared, Your Excellency. We spared no effort in crafting the body, and I dare say you'll find it adept at wielding weapons and magics both. 'Twas our intent to present it to you sooner, but we could not bring ourselves to do so, knowing we could yet improve it further. Pray forgive us.
There is naught to forgive. I am grateful for this fine vessel, and shall put it to good use. Again, I ask that you watch over Radzatan in my absence. The dangers we go to face are great and many, and I fear I will be unable to give matters here due attention. And in opening the Void Gate, there is ever risk that Voidsent will find their way into our world.
Rest assured, we are more than prepared. Our soldiers have been training under Master Estinian. On my honor, we will not suffer a single fiend to pass. So, think only of your mission, Vashan. Ah, but seeing as this is a different body, perhaps we should use a different name.
Nay, Vashan shall suffice. Though I may have thus grown up, I am as ever a little brother to you all.
As you say, as you say. Go then, Vashan, and best of luck.
I have something for you as well. While you were gone, Urianger paid us a visit. As you may recall, he joined us on our foray into Alzadar's legacy, in part to conduct research for the Loporrits. Research they were delighted to receive, and which has already inspired them to consider new ways to improve their own treasure vault. As a token of their gratitude, Livingway entrusted a familiar relic to Urianger. Aye, the crystal, which showed the way to Meteon. The Loporrits no longer have need of it, and thus saw fit to return it to us. Harboring the power of light, it could well aid us in our mission in the Void. And who better to bear Hydaelyn's gift than her chosen champion?
If there is nothing left to discuss, then let us depart. Our boat awaits us in Akyali.
And we are setting out on a new adventure. Each time so exciting to see new stuff in this game. The satrap and your fellows have already departed for the vault. Are you ready to set forth? Sure, let's go. And here's the vault. Some more people in here. An undersea vault guarded by alchemical sentries. Such a place would be an ideal proving ground for new creations. Oh no, Nero, please don't. It's not only us cheering you on, but the alchemists of old too. You couldn't possibly fail. Like us, the alchemists have tremendous passion for their work. If you were to collaborate, I reckon we could achieve some great things. Good gods. But the treasure's here. If I were a thief, I wouldn't notice a void gate if it came and bit me in the rear. I must say I'm beginning to feel nervous. They've upgraded the Wall's Guardians to contend with Void Scent, a task which was made easier by the surplus of broken units. One could argue that I did them a favor. Yeah, she likes to break stuff. For my research into cross-reef travel, this is a moment of truth. For all those who helped us come this far, let us pray we succeed. And here's a new Warshan, pretty tall. I believe he's even taller than Estinian now.
I shall now lift the seal. In the name of Al-Zadar III, I cast open this door unto the void!
Go. Absorb the Void Gate. It worked. We should have no trouble passing through a gate of that size.
What can we expect to find after stepping through?
On my previous foray, I emerged in a castle swarming with void scent. I was hopelessly outnumbered and forced to turn back. But together, I am confident we can hold our own. Upon our arrival, let us deal with any hostile entities and secure the area. The command of our mission, I leave in your capable hands. In the event of battle, I shall adapt my tactics to complement your own.
Should we require healing, I can provide it. 'Twould be a welcome change of pace from my recent havoc wreaking.
Take heart, my friends, and have faith. We will brave this broken world and rescue my sister Ajdaya.
And it's a dungeon right at the start New patch. I wonder if I can actually go with trusts, because I've actually never used them, never leveled up. This time in reflection or no, I can't say I'm feeling nervous, not after having journeyed to the edge of existence. Yeah, kind of. Nothing new for Estinian. And for most of the signs. No looking back, I shall keep my eyes ever forward, and trust Regent Hunt to my people. True to our friend's words, the warding scales are eminently reinforced. We needn't fear corruption even should we be wounded by White Sand. We are completely prepared. Let's actually try trust for this one.
Together then.
Yes, that's it. Never did trust before, but I've tried squadrons, and squadrons suck, they're so bad. This looked just like the traveling to the first in the Shadowbringers. Just flying through some black empty space, getting to some kind of a crystal, which symbolizes the different world. It's pretty dark in here. Not much to see. I guess I should not pull too much enemies, too many enemies with thrusts. Looks like it's gonna take some time. Well, I believe trusts are supposed to say stuff, but maybe it's gonna be not just like no mercy, something better, something about the plot or the location. Tune sounds a bit. Some kind of prison cells. My reputation is so bad that I guess I should not care about it. In a dungeon with trusts. Quite stunnable. It's good to know.
You forced my hand.
Another dark corridor. Kind of disappointing. Maybe it was a bad idea to go here with the trusts. Oh, no mercy for it, but I'm gonna get double down. Visuals in here are kind of boring so far. Pretty much the same looking walls. Trusts are even being hit by AoEs, they're not bothering too much with avoiding stuff. Another boss. What the hell is going on? That's a weird boss. Damage with a bit is doubled out.
Out of my way!
More skulls? Oh no. That might hit. Oh, that's very easy. More enemies. That's not really what I would like to see. There's some awesome, but to use double down on the or is dead already. Crap. Go more. And more. Did it get hit? No. I'm your target, guys. Will it end someday? Crap, even more. Beat? Seriously? The big one. And small ones. Understand what's going on. I guess we need to get away. Yep. Or no, we're just killing it. Battle dance material. Another useless item. And this is a side. This is what I want to see. Not some boring dark corridors. This reminds about the Vault of Darkness and the anti-tower as well. Oh. Okay, that was a fast travel. By the way, Stoll is a conjurer, not even a white mage, and I believe she was a white mage at some point in the story. Like, during Stormblood, I believe? Maybe Heaven's Ward. Feels like our guys are doing single target damage, not an elite. Because enemies are dying one by one, not all together. Is it so hard to make bots use OE skills? Or maybe I just whine a lot? Now it has some kind of Ultimisha Castle vibes from a Fate. I know this horse. I believe I have it. Yeah, they're hitting on the one target. That's very lame. Chest. Wonder how many have skipped already. Wonder if the gear here even looks good. Nice table. A round one.
Away with you!
like how Warshan and Estinian are both dragoons, and for a moment they were in the perfect scene, doing their dragoon stuff. But now they're clearly out of sync. Estinian looks a bit more superior. Royal Knight. It is actually a Troya reference, but I believe it's written, it's spelled in a different way. And I screwed up. Could use double down. And it didn't. We don't have any armor in here. All the stuff I get is jewelry. Beatrice.
No mercy.
Eye of Troya. Oh crap. Turn away! Yeah, just like that. Beatific Scorn. And those names. What the hell? Oh, I see. They detonate in a different order. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Screwed up mission tank. Hush. Tank buster. I have Troy again. Oh, who's different? Crap, turn away. Yeah. Oh damn. I was looking at it. That's an interesting new mechanic with the size, which explode at different places. Usually it happens on the boss himself. You're supposed to turn away from a boss model. Why are they not attacking? They're just waiting for stuff to explode. For no reason. They're supposed to use it. It's almost done. How can this be? How could you resist me? They're too strong. Someone else can devour them. Oh, Troy and Sabbatons of Maiming. Can we look at them? I don't know where to find them. But they are nothing good. Nice chair. This place has both, like an Artemisia castle vibe, and some Alexandria castle as well from F9. And here's the Vault of Darkness, I believe. A lot of weird looking flowers. Are those flowers? Or it's leaves? They still look weird. Very weird. Anyway, let's proceed. Purple flames in the air. Encoded. This is the next boss. Now it's just an enemy. Oh, and Butler. It's a weird looking butler. I like it. Quick tongue material. We still keep getting different crap. Oh, it's 3 enemies, but we're only 2.
I will end this farce.
Go for the storm. It's very welcome. It's even 4. So blind. Keep moving. I believe it's almost the end. Yeah, there must be the last boss. I don't know. Not the best dungeon in the game. Like the previous one, I think the last patch was also not a very interesting one. Let's try to pull more enemies. Might be a mistake. Trusts. Oh no, it was a mistake. The grief one. They're just not gonna kill it. Yeah, never pull too many enemies with trusts. 3 seconds. Mitigation.
You forced my hand.
So bad. Listen here. Papa run, please. Here it is. Are we gonna survive? Damage, so it's a gut healer. I guess we're gonna make it. Yeah, easy pull.
You forced my hand.
Piece of cake. Store didn't disappoint me. Trapped in my own domain. No, I don't want What did he say? She. I don't want to be eaten. She's afraid.
So the gate did open again, and delivered the most mouth-watering morsels.
Ooh. Nice sword.
I am Scarmilione, Archfiend of Earth and first of Golbez's Circle of Four. Such pleasure I will take in delivering you unto your grave.
Nice 5/6 music. Pretty cool. Let's go. I'm not gonna get my ether. It's on rampage. Oh crap. What is going on? Is this a knockback? Oh, we have some walls in here. Yeah, that's a pretty old mechanic. I believe some of the small dungeon has something like it. Like Kickstarter dungeon. 30 people. What is this? Some orbital strike? Yeah, it is. Boom. Looks fancy. Sweep.
All or nothing!
They pull him to the middle. You messy bastard. Sweeping decay. Oh no. Not this. Help me.
Underestimate me!
Shit. The wrong way, guys. Someone in the stack market tried to kill me. I bet it was a Stidian. That's what he would do. Crap. My rotation is so scummy. Finish them. That's a cool looking move.
Stubborn.
Get over here.
Nothing!
Move. God damn it.
You underestimate me!
This crap again.
You underestimate me!
This is by you!
Another orbital strike. easy dungeon. Even with trusts. Who was that white sand? How do I know? Is that it? That was a fearsome foe. Well, I agree with Estinian. That was it? That's the whole dungeon? Trojan Cloak of Casting. We got a chest piece. Let's look at this closer. There's some dark robe. Not very good.
This Scarmalione, he knew the gate had opened.
And not for the first time. He and his brethren must keep watch over the portal.
As we do ours, but to unflinchingly consume a fellow Voidsent. Like men, perhaps they form factions and fight amongst themselves.
The question is, what will the minions do?
Your mistress is no more, and the one who consumed her we slew in turn. Do you still mean to try us?
I expect some Voidsent are more intelligent than others. Perhaps these ones simply do not understand our words.
Even beasts ought to understand strength.
There is much we do not know about Voidsent. If we are to survive their world, it would be wise to learn their ways.
Let's proceed with caution and pick up what we can.
Sage advice, my friend. 'Tis reassuring to have one so experienced with us. I am here, sister. Finally here. And I will find you. I swear it.
So now we are in the world of darkness. Let's see what we have here. Not much. It's pretty much the last location of the dungeon. I think some monsters are actually flying there. Let's check them out. Feral Voidsent. You can talk to him. Hello. Watchful Voidsent. They're kinda peaceful now. They don't care about us. I never dreamed I would come this far. I can't thank you all enough for your cooperation. You're welcome, buddy. Seems the minions are keeping their distance for now. Let's carry on. This castle should serve as a base of operations for now. Here we set our sights elsewhere. Let's see what there is to learn here. 5,000 yo. You can do 4 or 5 teleports. From this point onward, you will not encounter Ithrites for a while. Should you leave the Troya castle, you may return here via Weaver Sporting. Additionally, you may now enter the fell court of Troya with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. So, what do we do now? Shadowed Remnants, where Shan wears a look of quiet determination. What do we have here? Scallop salad. Beef stroganoff, peach juice, Tycoon cookie, or Seacon, whatever. And nothing useful, sadly. The warding scale exhibits no change. It should be safe to remain here and begin our search. But whither now? I would sense Azdaja were she remotely near, but there's nothing. Might you not call to her? Let her know that you have come? Alas, this vessel is not capable of calling across vast distances. For that I require my true form, and even were it possible a dragon's call is born upon ether, is liable to draw more voids into us. I see. In any case, there's little exploration to be done while we are confined to this isolated isle. I propose we begin by learning what we can from the castle's occupants. An understanding of their ways may prove useful to our cause. Very well, let's hope a few of them are capable of speech. Let all remain vigilant while we go about our inquiries. We reconvene afterwards. Stoic nod, as usually. Oh, we have already tried to talk to one of these guys. Didn't get anything from him. This one does not but stare. Grr. Anything else? Grr grr. The creature snarls and glares at you. It is unlikely that you will learn anything from it. Okay. Some seem willing enough to converse. Whether they have the ability to do so is another matter. I believe this is a model of one of the monsters from Final Fantasy XII. There were a few variations of those ghost guys. I believe they look just like that. What enticing ether you have! Give me some, give me some! Aww. If only I were stronger, I would be able to eat you. Fine, fine, I'll find someone else to eat. That's a good idea. While able to communicate, this one seems to think only of feeding. Better to take your inquiries elsewhere. And there's a Stola. Like the prevailing tongue in Norwent, the language of this world bears a resemblance to our own. It may be assumed that they share a common ancestor. Well, considering it's the shard of a source, I guess it's pretty possible. The mistress's eyes are beauteous, sublime. To bask in her gaze is bliss. But now she's gone, never again will I feel her gaze. No mistress, no orders. What am I to do now? What am I to do now? Again, twice. The creature mutters endlessly to itself, not sparing you so much as a glance. This guy might talk. Fearful Whitesand. I serve, I obey, please don't eat me. Hey, dragon? What is that? Does it taste good? I didn't know anything about it. Don't know anything about it again. Don't know about anything, I believe it was, but whatever, I can't read. But the one we caught recently, they seemed to know lots. What? We threw them in the dungeon, but clever ones are tasty, they might have been eaten already. You have learned all you can from this Whitesand. If you look in the dungeon, you may be able to find the clever one it mentioned. So someone else got this world, I believe. And they got captured, maybe eaten already. I have nothing to share. While those I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding a conversation worth the name. My experience was much the same. Lower rank Whitesand tend to have lower intelligence, it would seem. A pity Scarmiglione, or whatever it is dead. He was talkative at least. What of you? A clever Whitesand in the dungeon. That will be the area in which we emerged. Indeed. Let's take ourselves back there and find this Whitesand, preferably before its fellows make a meal of it. Oh, it was a Whitesand. To the dungeon then. I thought it was a person, a human, or maybe some other race that got into this world as well. But now it's just another Whitesand, the smart one. Nice statues. Warriors with swords. And those ones are kneeling. Oh, there's a throne. Some kind of a ruler was supposed to be here. Trojan Knight. I can't survive without someone to give me ether, but where will I find a new master? until we find more and more intelligent voidsens in here. But they all seem to care only about feeding themselves. Puppy. He doesn't even talk. And doorkeeper. Pray we caught a weekend in the dungeon before being served up to the mistress. Tenderizing, she called it. And that's the way she used to like it. Oh, there's a picture. Some pretty woman. A queen, maybe? This is the same person. Can barely see the other ones. Other people. It's interesting. You don't see those details when you just run the dungeon, because you don't have time for it. Statue, some kind of a horned tiger, Trojan guard dog. Dags, do you like dags? Oof. Okay. What else would I expect from a dog? Dag. Not much else to see. Kinda like how they reused the dungeon for a story purpose. It's almost like with new raids, or after you complete the raid you can come back with a side quest in the location and find some stuff, some story related stuff in there. That was pretty cool. So there's only the one dungeon here. We call it the fourth, the Mistress' Orders. But the Mistress is gone, and her orders with her. Rats can infest this castle for all I care. So they got tired of their service. They're kinda glad their mistress is gone now. They can just chill. Trojan Golar. No one comes and goes from this dungeon without permission. For you though, I'll make an exception. Go on, go. So nice of him. Food for the mistress's consumption is kept in these cells, but the mistress devoured. We are free to help ourselves. But the clever one is strong. Another warden went in to devour the clever one, but he hasn't come back out. So clever one is dangerous. I mislike the feel of this. Stay on your guard. There appears to be someone within. Could this be the clever voidsens?
You want the fun.
You are the Voidson bound by Xenos? Didn't you fade away when Xenos fell? Let's choose this one.
Xenos? The disgraced prince you yourself laid low?
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald. When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
Xenos. Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
Is that Heidelin's crystal?
But how? The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the void-sent servants of Reapers. In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered. Twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then?
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
That's a hard choice. Strictly speaking, I'm Decima Flyer. It's the most neutral one.
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
that was an interesting turn of events. When I served Xenos, my mind was shrouded in haze, but one thing was always clear: his obsession with the friend. What the word means, I do not know exactly. I know only that it referred to you, and that yours was an important existence. Yeah, Xenos was obsessed with the Warrior of Light. This avatar, eh? What are the odds? We still know little about her, but for now, I'm glad we found someone who can do more than moan for ether. I assume the dungeon was reserved for those intended for the mistress's consumption. It's fortunate that we came here when we did. Fateful even. As much as one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen this turn of events. She seems different from the other Void Sent. At least those we have met, and the change we witnessed, I suspect, is due to your crystal purging the excess darkness in her. Whatever it means. Even so, she still harbors a great deal of darkness. I'm very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself and about her world. Let's take money. Where everything begins. And the dark-robed Void Sent regards you questioningly. So I doubt you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it that you're after? We were looking for a Void Sent with whom we could converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors to this world and know little and less of its working and ways. We would be grateful if you could tell us about it, about yourself. So, it's the information you seek. What do you offer for it? I beg your pardon? Void Sent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule in this world you call the Void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry has no value here. Void Sent crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Just not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well, I will tell you no more than you can afford to pay. Then we have a bargain. If we are to talk about the Void, let us do so outside. Come with me. Oh, we can use mouse in here. Awesome. Why didn't they say about it earlier? You needn't worry for me. My life force is a small price to pay for her knowledge, and I will recover it quickly enough once we return home. It's still admirable. We cannot allow Stola bear the burden alone. When next the opportunity arises, I will offer my own ether. What about you, Stinian? Will you offer anything? Their one rule is no different from that of many in our own world. Is this like Alphinat, who are a rare breed?
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the Void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, void-sent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat void-sent.
The sun was driven from the... and though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void-sent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void-sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I have neglected to ask your name.
As we say mortal, you may call me Void-sent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
Then call me what you will. I care not.
How about 0?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. 0, then. Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ashdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us. Did you say something?
No?
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
Beginning, a curious notion in a world where all has come to an end. We may have subdued the void scent here, but I doubt they will remain that way. Remain vigilant. No one else seems to be nearby. Perhaps it was just a trick of the wind. Yeah, it's just the wind, like in Skyrim. If not is out of the ordinary, I should like to hear more from Zero. I can't imagine there are many part void scent like her who remember the world as it was. I must say, we are rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue the conversation within the castle. The throne room is defensible. Give us few points of ingress. Let us head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I will comply, but I expect my payment promptly. You shall have it as soon as we have arrived. And back to the throne room. And something was looking at us from high above. Can we fly? Of course we can't. But at least we have a mount. That's already something. It's a new duty. I will see to the payment, and then we may ask Zero what she knows about Ashdaya. Can't remember her name. Rita's sister. What appears unchanged here? I feel eyes on us, stay alert. Do you see anything in here? No, I don't see much. What about the throne? No, no one in here. Upon proceeding, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view the scenes in their entirety. I have time? I believe I have. Let's go. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of this. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. Let's go already.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
This guy's
Fiend
bad.
again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. Of course, in the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must. Ye drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger. We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast. Come, struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
So here we go.
Your soul's domain serves flesh.
The castle answers your call. We do well to break up this feast quickly.
And let's see these guests on their way.
Behold the power of the Archfiend of Earth!
He's resurrecting.
He hastens their regeneration.
You cannot defeat that which cannot die.
bodes ill. Our foe has too great an advantage. We need to drag him out of this ceremonial feast.
Quickly, stand together!
There's no end in
Some
sight.
more.
A retreat may be in order.
Yeah, I guess we're retreating.
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing. Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
They've been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
Satisfied?
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
That was a very nice cutscene.
However,
Let's finish it.
a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
She can turn void scent into crystal.
Attend to the minions first. Keep going.
More minions. And some AoE. I mean, not bad.
Trickery will not
Reinforcements. This will hurt. Another debt to repay.
I must deal with you first. I'll kill you all myself.
Finally getting serious, are we? Very well. Let us return the favor.
This place will be your grave!
It's scattered. We must stop him now!
Everyone to me! Give it everything you've got!
Fools! Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again! What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this? To seal ether in crystal. Memoria! But how? How can you have this power? Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Ah, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
You are welcome, seekers of might. I, Golbez, have called you four hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade. That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
Yes, yes, but what of the crew's gift? In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact, and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether. This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my four arch-fiends. As they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether. Just as well, the creature may yet serve other ends.
Are you all right?
The Void Sense essence remains. But it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scarmelione called them. I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt. and in doing so ensured that I receive my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
A dragon resembling a great worm. I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya. Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
Well, that was a good series of cutscenes, new stuff. And I believe this Golbez guy is a reference to some of the characters from the older Final Fantasy games, but I don't remember exactly from where. Maybe it's F5 or 4. If Golbez has Asdaja at his mercy, then we must find him. Hopefully Zero has knowledge that will aid us in our search. We have vanquished one of Golbez's archfiends, but 3 remain, as troublesome as this one I expect. There is nothing like the ether of a living mortal. I haven't felt so satisfied since my return. In light of our recent experiences, I expect we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some few of them. We should still be owed at least that much, I dare say. From Memoria to Golbez and his archfiends, we have more questions now than answers, but that is a sign that we are making progress. There is nothing like the ether of a living mortal. I haven't felt so satisfied since my return. We have read it already. Groping in the dark, Ashtian looks at you with his piercing gaze. Oh no, not that gaze. Decima, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought Voidsent here. And I believe you have a soundtrack from The World of Darkness. Very fitting situation. But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. So, the Cloud of Darkness might still be alive. They seemed to stay dead at the time, yes. I was in a bit of a rush and didn't have time to wait around and see. I know which one should I answer. They seem dead, yes. I don't know that they did. There must be a reason why the ones you defeated did not return, in contravention of the natural order. Do you remember aught out of the ordinary? Stealing magic, like Zero's perhaps? No, not really. There are circumstances in which we are unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, but in the process your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you had come to harbor may break free and coalesce into distinct void sent once more. And before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies or your erstwhile prey, a fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Yet, despite his great strength, Scarmiglion managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak of itself. I can bind the ether of the soul in crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. Of course she is. I'm told that heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called Auracite. Another reference to older Final Fantasy games. Are they and Memoria one and the same? And I believe it's FF6, and we had a music from FF6 before. Maybe these references will continue. Foresight. I do not know this word, but the world is vast and perhaps Memoria had different names elsewhere, but it does sound quite similar. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I've never thought about that. I do know though that Voidsent can't use their power. Can't use the power. I assume I can because I am mortal in part. But I see. I don't. Could you elaborate? Zero, I wish to ask you about the man called Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he's powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsent again. Oh no. Let us entrust the task to Decima. Her echo will help facilitate communication. More importantly, she should be able to maintain her composure better than a concerned sibling. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about Golbez in my stead? On the terrace to begin with, perhaps. Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. I have to question monsters again. I know what it feels like to have my essence blended with that of another. Yet, malicious though it was only one worm's soul. To be bound to scores of others over thousands of years sounds horrible. According to your vision, Golbez recruited his champions and raised an army by offering a dragon's ether in exchange. Whatever his crusade, it is unconsignable to use a dragon's life force as fodder. He will answer for his deeds. So with this echo of yours, you can see into the past. Interesting. This memories may as well be all that remains of it, though. Everything and everyone has warped by darkness. However storied it may appear, this castle is simply the product of its mistress's mind. Scarmiglione, too, appeared surprised by Zira's power, as she says it must be a lost art. This makes her invaluable to our cause far more than someone who can simply communicate. Oh, which way do I need to go? I believe it's here. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return, then I may bask in her gaze again. Actually, yes, her mistress might get back. She wasn't crystallized. Golbus, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the Archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. It seems the Archfiends have been attacking their other domains. Their fearsome reputation precedes them. Is this guy? So the clever one hadn't been eaten? If no one wants it, then perhaps... No, I don't even think about it. Golbez, of course I know of him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His Archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run. It seems the Archfiends keep only those who are fit for battle. Others must escape or be consumed. The taste one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you, I mustn't eat you. Golbez, I know of him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and these minions have minions. No one ever sees him. With his army of minions, Golbez would seldom have need to act personally. It will not be easy to reach him. Kinda smart. Do everything by the hands of your minions, how they call them. And is that it? I can go back. Speak with Warshan in the city foremost. Let's go back then. Oh, you're finished already? Or did we get carried away talking? There is no easy way to mark the passage of time in this world, nor do I imagine such things concern Void's End. It would take considerable mental fortitude to still care after millennia in this endless night. Is there no end to their questions? I should have demanded more ether. So they're interrogating Zero while we are doing the dirty work. No trouble in your end either? Good. I dare say Scarmiglion's fate served as sufficient warning. Let's hope that this elsewhere have the same sense. Welcome back, Decima. Were you able to learn aught of value? So, countless voids sent answer to the Archfiends, who in turn answered to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scarmiglion's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other Archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Zira, would you ask us a favor of you? I would ask a favor of you, goddammit, I can't read. I'm determined to save my sister Azdaja. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Or got in the way of my world already? If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or this is less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? Surely you must desire something, name it. I have no purpose, why would I desire anything? That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matters in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you have no reason to refuse our requests. The payment need but to be your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, Zira, I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's all you had to say, everything else was superfluous. Interesting word. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place the Archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter, I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle. I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. I didn't. Given our numbers, we will need a large one. But regardless of size, all can be worn over with ether. Excellent, let us go and find our mount at once. Snooping void scent. Not good, Lord Golbez must hear of this. Little bugger. And I believe it's a good place to stop for now, because I will need to go to the hospital pretty soon. But I will continue today. Thanks for watching, have a good one and take care.